Hi, my name is David Hart, and I'm the founder and the CEO of the G4 Guitar Method. What I want to do in this video is take you through what the G4 Guitar Method is and how it works for someone like yourself as a guitar teacher using it with your students. Now, the G4 Guitar Method was created as a skills based program. We didn't really want to include songs in it for a couple of reasons. One is copyright, of course, but the other is songs are very debatable as to what's good, what's bad, what you like, what I like, what everybody else likes. So the idea was to just focus on the skills and develop the skills that can then be used to play and learn the songs that the students want to learn. And for you as a teacher, it creates a lot of flexibility for you. So you can. The idea is that you don't just strictly use the G4 guitar method; you use it in combination with songs and ideas that you have. So this will give them the skills, and then you bring in the songs, if you like, to add to it. So let me just go through the layout for you, how it works. It's designed for anyone from a beginner through to about an intermediate level. So let's have a look. There's the cover. So as you can see, there are actually 5 different levels. This is just the first level that you're looking at here. This is the senior series. Then there's the junior series as well, which is for the younger kids. And there's 5 levels in that. And we also have what's called a young beginners level as well. So as you can see here in the contents, there are 38 pages. There's a bunch of skills that it covers there. And the first probably 8 to 10 pages are really covering what to do in terms of the basics of the guitar. What is the guitar, the parts, and so forth, which I'll take you through very quickly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this video because I know your time is valuable. So I just want to give you a very quick run through just so you understand how it works and you can start using it. So as you can see, there's a practice log there. The idea with the practice log is the students can log in their practice, when and how they practice, how many minutes they practice, and then total up those minutes. So we'll go to the next page. We have a checklist there. Now all the exercises are here, and you can even add a few exercises if you like. We've added some extra check boxes there if you want to do that. And the idea is that they tick each box off as the exercise is completed to what we would consider a reasonable level. And then there's a questionnaire. And the idea with the questionnaire is that you fill it out with the student just to get a bit of an idea of where they're at, what their goals are, and what inspired them really to play. So this just gets you to know your student a little bit better. Then we've got the practice schedule, and this is a really important part of it. Put in their times, start and finish times each day. Get them to commit to times. We know that if we can get students to commit to certain times, they're more likely to practice those times. There's some more information on there about practice if you want to have a read through there. Now, just one thing there, you'll see that it says BMP. So this is here, beats per minute. And the idea is that throughout the level one, each level changes, but throughout level one here, it's everything 60 beats per minute unless we state otherwise. Okay, so on the right-hand side, you can see that just guitar basics. It's all pretty self-explanatory there. And then there's a second part to guitar basics. Then we go into the picking, and there's a bunch of exercises. This is where the student starts playing. So there's 5 different exercises there, different picking combinations, and you can take those combinations to different strings as well. This is just working on strings 6 and 5. So if you want to do it on different strings, which I recommend, then you can do that as well. Okay, so then we've got the first chord, which is the diagram shows a C chord, but the first chord that they actually learn is a very simple chord, the E minor. So that gets them started on there. And then we've got a revision section. So it sort of takes them through the things that they've learned up to this point. Then there's an action list. So the idea is that you want to, in that first lesson, you want to get to the action list if possible, and then ask them to go away and work on that action list so they can remember everything that's in there. So at this point, they're doing picking and chords, and that should really be all that you do in the first lesson, and then they return in the second lesson. There's a quiz there, so you can quiz them anytime on that. Just take a copy of that and just see if they remember it. All right. And so then it starts to get into the more meat and potatoes, if you like. So we're getting into the basics. We've got the rhythm. We start to learn a few of the notes, and we include notes and reading notation in here. And that's because we want students to have all the skills. We don't want to sort of hold back some of the skills. I know some teachers don't like reading, but I recommend that you use reading as a part of it. And I'll explain that in another video, but it's good for them just to know it, not to be fluent sight readers, but just to know what the notes are is really helpful for any guitar player. So then we've got chords. Again, we've got an A minor, so they're sort of getting onto harder chords. And then it just continues on there where they're going to learn arpeggios. They're going to learn some, some basic scale or C scale and so forth. And it gets progressively harder. Now, if you find there are certain students, remember this is a senior level, the junior level is less progressive, so it doesn't move so quickly. So if you want something a bit easier, you can even use the junior with the older students if you feel it's more appropriate for them. But the idea is that you just continue working through it and ticking off. You can see all the exercises are numbered. So for an example here, if they can play that C, A minor, C, E minor chord progression, strumming first just one beat per bar, then at 60 beats per minute, then you can tick that off at number 122 on the checklist. So hopefully that's giving you a bit of an idea. And like I said, the idea is that you have structure in your teaching, makes it very easy for you and makes the students feel more confident about your teaching. And it gives them a sense of moving forward and progressing from week to week. So each week they should complete at least one exercise, if not more, depending on what the exercises are, how hard they are, and what level they're at, and how they're progressing. So if you can incorporate this into your practice, into your lessons each and every week, and then add in other things that you think are appropriate, such as maybe additional exercises, maybe some songs, maybe some bits and snippets of songs, riffs, and so forth. It'll just give you a much better experience, and it'll give your students a much better experience at teaching. So if you like that, and if you've got any comments or questions, as always, just let me know. And there'll be lots more videos coming. So stay tuned, and hopefully that's been helpful for you. Thank you.